Hi, everybody. Welcome. It is a Thursday night. And so this is our official fifth night of Diwali. So we wanted to do our video in the evening because in Diwali, the puja starts, the offerings start in the evening. So we're going to just share super quickly a little bit about how to start your and offering and connection to Source Spirit. And with that being said, we have some that I'd like to show you. And I'm going to light those. We're going to do an introduction and tell you a little bit about what we're doing. So these are Dia candles, and this is mine. So an offering practice to spirit, Dia candle is really powerful, and it contains coconut oil or it contains ghee, the coconut oil, and they're used traditionally practice. These Dia candles get hot. You don't want to hold on to it. So I'm going to light altar space. And we're going to get started with our practice. We have some incense that is also, and we have our altar set over here behind us. So we're each going to light our candle. And while we do that, I'll show you what's on the. So we've got Sari, the great goddess teacher, here in her little altar box made from the beautiful. And then we have candles for our, and then Lakshmi, really specifically about Lakshmi and her blessings and her boons. So those are the main goddesses that are on the altar. We have Ganesha here, of course, the remover of roles. Ganesha is always part of our altar space because it's such a deep to be working with at all times. Here we have the symbol of the goddess, symbolizing the earth goddess. Mother Earth and all archetypes fall under that. So, hi. Welcome here. So, you want to just do a little intro and then I'll go after you? Or you want me to go first?
Hi, I'm Jamie Takata, and
hi, I'm Lisa Aiylah. Nice to see y'all. Thanks for jumping in. Welcome. So we are the board of directors, vice president and president of the Inner Goddess Retreat, also the founders of the Temple of the Sacred Heart Prophet. It's a non-denominational, and you can read a little bit more about it at retreats.org. You can join as a member goddessretreats.org, but there's a G on. And so we'd love to have you as part of our letter and sharing with you what we have coming up for events and things. We also have a program called Follow Your Path, the mentorship and mastermind group specifically for at this time. And we're working with a small number of women, a very, very small, and we're almost full and paying attention. If you've been watching or getting our newsletter, we have just like 2 spots.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had 11. Just opened it. Yes, and so if you really want to step fully into your path and your purpose, that's what soul coaching and lifestyle training, and it's one as well as a mastermind with the other group. The prerequisite is that you must have a year healing arts experience or practice to come into this group. If that you do want to step more fully into your power, have a yoga training program that is completely online. It's coaching and an inner goddess retreat certification. The soul coach lifestyle training is specifically for fully into your path using shamanic tools, energy healing, tantric sexuality, Ayurveda, all of the things wrapped into one big package. So just private message us if you're thinking just listening to a little bit more about what that looks like. Chat, we'll send you a link to we can talk about how to move forward with your path and give you a free breakthrough coaching session. What do we have coming up for this year in-person events? We only have a couple. We're here at the end of the year, y'all.
Like 2021 is almost done. To step into 2022, what do we have this weekend? We are doing the on Saturday, participating in the Irie event
at the
festival.
Strand. It's in North Texas. This is a particular.
Louisville. Yeah. So we'll be teaching and opening ceremony, and I'll be.
I'm teaching intuitive goddess vinyasa. She's going to be doing an amazing sunset with a sunset dance. And there's you can put your hand, you can run up to the box. They have a hookah lounge, so it's going to be epic. There's fire performances. Spin my fire. I'm so excited. And then there's going to be major, like super epic, and workshops, spin workshops, flow workshops. So that's this weekend. If you're in North Texas, it's in Louisville at the Strand, and it starts. All the events are on our Aiylah Yoga for Love and on our website, Yoga for Love. So you can check that out. The other in-person event that we have this month is the Reiki training. So it's also available if you want to do your Reiki certification and you've been to really learn how to work with the energy. If you're empathic and you really need to find some strong boundaries to feel how to work with energy, but also control you and you to be standing in your Reiki is a very critical foundational tool. Reiki Masters, we're going to be holding that training on the 11th November. And if you're catching this in the future, Reiki trainings that are circulating every week depends on how quickly and it's in alignment with the moon. So to the harvest, no, not the harvest, the hunt coming up this month. And training online, you also get access to the Reiki manual immediately when you purchase it in our at store.love.com. Reiki level 1 and 2 is both together. We do group for you that are joining in. You can do hands-on and join the group in the circle sitting there. It's not like you're just in a video like watching the training. Just inventory. Time and space doesn't match energy.
Absolutely.
So you're all simply energy, and that is the art. So working this energy through Zoom is the same as being present. So we would love Reiki training. And next month, you want to talk about on the 18th and 19th?
Yeah, so we'll be hosting a plant medicine ceremony for winter solstice, 18th and 19th. So we do the do them on equinox and solstices just to convenient weekend timing. So we will be for women, gathering, and
North Texas. So we generally do sometimes like a sowing lamas. So we'll do the 8 Saturday holding ceremony. If we're traveling, we're going to be holding a destination retreat. And we just got on All Hallows Eve, also is divine, magical. The veil was so thin, it was definitely compared to the shamanistic way that we normally. All the ancestors were coming through and really speaking through me, speaking through the elements. It was just extremely powerful. So we'd love for you to experience to set in that space and really do the work. If you need to do some clearing before you, we also serve combo, and you can book that on our website as well at yogaforlove.com. To anything we want to meet you, so book a discovery. You can go right to the booking page at yoga/discovery, and we'll talk to you about you're wanting to hold space for coaching or combo or ceremony or an upcoming retreat. We don't have any other retreats this year, but we do have one with Big Om Yoga, which is in Oklahoma. And this weekend, the first full weekend in 7th, 8th, and 9th. And the theme is the womb and incubation and the bear. And so we bring our usual offerings, intuitive empowerment, goddess flow, and women. This is open to guys too, y'all. Our first retreat that we're going to have that's co-ed. I'm so excited because we've had so many divine masculine brothers were like, hey, are you going to hold ceremony for a retreat for guys? And so this is actually Joe, who is a dude, and his partner, who's also going to be holding space for the ceremony and for the whole entire weekend. It's all in a giant lodge in a national park. My Facebook, and there's a link to that at yoga.com under the classes and events, or you can, if you find it there for Bill. Excuse me. Goodness. So yeah, that's really what. Oh, and oh my goddess, I'm heading to freaking Egypt. Like
3 weeks.
Yeah, in 3 weeks after Thanksgiving, I'm going to Egypt. So happening, I'm very, very excited. Fundraiser for the remainder of my trip, be selling crystals, and I'm bringing a tiny baby crystal into each of the temples, and you'll get a set of that are all charged up with the temple energy and the activations and the sound healing that we're doing. So I'll be doing a donation for posting it on my Facebook and my Instagram, as well as my newsletter, because I'm still short for my ticket, my own person, to get over there. I know it'll happen, but as a fundraiser, I will be doing that for $100, and you'll get a set of the crystals that are in all the temples, and through customs for you. And I did find out that it's okay for back and forth. So I'm really that Goddess Isis was how to manifest for this, and that's what she told me to bring activations in these crystals. So sorry, the dogs. Daughter's coming home from a trip on our video. So anyhow, that's happening, and so about this Scorpio energy, because obviously it's using my Scorpion here, and it's been so powerful, so magnetic, so transformative, and just a total open set.
Yeah, we're in it now. And we've talked before about of Mercury retrograde, but we are actually out of the shadow phase of coming out of retrograde as of today, tomorrow, and depending on where you are, of course. So that we're in moving forward. So energy is it's going into the darkness, right? It's like moving into that space of
over here. I can't leave.
We have a visitor.
This is Aspen. Say hi. She just got back from Cancun. Look how tan she is. Off now out of the video. Girl, sunshiny and all oceaned up. How was it in Cancun? Where else did you go? Yucatan. Was that beautiful? Caves were that you were swimming in? It's really nice. Oh, beautiful. I'm so excited. Got a really amazing trip with her brother and her dad. Oh, that was awesome. Yeah, it's a girl. She's in college. She's heading back right now, so thank you so much. See you later.
Bye. Bye.
All right.
Wish I had more time.
Yes. Well, thank y'all for and saying hi to our
Next week, your
daughter.
house comes to. What's up?
Okay. Try to make sure the dogs are not barking.
Okay. Okay, bye. Love y'all.
All right. Love you too. Grab your boots.
Where were we? Scorpio.
You know, we can be moms too. You know, we wear all the hats.
I have my hat on today. So Scorpio energy going into the darkness. Scorpio is going in and seeing that truth, having light on all those shadows. So it's kind of like going through a purging moment of like getting really, really at yourself and you know, bluntly, shit may come up.
You know, if you're seeking tools, that's why we have our community groups, our Global Goddess Tribe. You can find that on my Instagram. You can go to Facebook, Yoga for Love, Global Goddess Tribe, and support network for you. It's work all by ourselves, especially if you work and you're doing it in your closet. Do have a friend to shine a freaking flashlight on you and to perspective, because doing shadow work, we have to reflect on each other. That's why we need our sisterhood tribes.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, we can't sometimes see when we think we're seeing, and we just can't. And you know, we can see it, and it's just still people, and it's like, where is this toxicity and negative patterns coming from? We can figure out where it is, and that only comes from light. This is the perfect time to do it.
Guys, if you're being triggered by something, that within self.
That's our mirror.
It's actually how we can into where our shadows are. So anytime or something triggers you, it's coming up to actually show it to you. How you respond to it, and you know how you grow and rest, right? So if you can be the conscious, the witness to the trigger out, which is also Scorpio energy. You know, we all know that Scorpio is associated to the end, but it is also associated to the eagle and the ability to zoom out and greater perspective view, the ability to get a different vantage point, see that truth from that zoomed. We get way too zoomed in, like
the world gets really small.
We can't see it. So when we can zoom out, we can go, oh, and that's the conscious observer, when we can witness the trigger happening and then go, wait,
like,
what is that?
Thank you for the mirror.
Exactly. Thank you for that reflection. Thank you for showing me my shit. Then we can recognize it and see it for what it is and choose to respond differently. Change that pattern, that wiring in the brain, you know, as to what has created that reaction in the past, and then really we're moving from those shadows, that shadow work. So
well, just remember the four agreements. I haven't ever read the four agreements by then you need to do that too. And I don't use that word, but living in the four agreements is really important. And the first thing there is don't. So remember, when we are triggered, spirit saying, "Hey, look yourself," and you know, trigger can cause a trigger. People are counter triggering each other, and that's when it goes downhill, right?
Right.
But when you see someone be triggered and then be like, "Oh, hey, just I want to let you know that I'm triggered," by saying, you know, can we dig a little deep? And that's how you can grow in a conversation with that person versus triggering, and it becomes this duel of attacks and
this is essentially what's taking place.
Yeah, my dad always used to say it takes two to tango, and dance. I'm off that dance floor. You can go. You go tango, go do your thing. I'll back the fuck up and let you do it. And I will support you and I will love you, but I am not jumping in that dance. And that's rainbow shit. That's not mine. It's beautiful and it's rainbowy, it's sparkly, it's covered, but it is still shit. Mine. And so you learning to identify and then allowing the opportunity to support and as they go through their triggers and hold space with compassion. That's where the goddess Kuan Yin comes in. Karina compassion, beautiful, deep passion of the mother loving the child, so that you just hold space for them in their shit and come back out. Then hey, you get cleaned up. Let's get you in the shower. Let's clean. Let's see where that's coming from. And we're at, the Scorpio, unlike the ear, so it's going to come back and, like we're going to zoom out, but boom, hit you again until you get that lesson. You're in it, like, wake up and come on, don't make it so hard on yourself. So
we make it so much harder than
it doesn't have to be that hard. It really does. I mean, and it is hard. It's not like, people are dying, that's real, and those things are super hard. But, when we get caught up in and just conversation can get so misconstrued and so many things can misconstrue that, just take a minute. Come up here closer to grandfather's son. Eagle resides up here in the astrological sign of Scorpio and out into them a little bit, and then look down and realize how tiny we are. How little the thing was that we got mad at somebody who truly, and so what other thing right now, like in these next couple weeks?
Well, on the note of conversation, like you may have some of those actually coming up right now to be processed with. So know that those conversations that having loved ones or people in your life that like approaching combo that needed some clarity that needed to be, now is it the opportunity to actually do it. Like it's thrown right in your face this time, like, and now I have to deal with it. And so it's important to keep focus and keep that clarity and the truth of it, because now it is that of those truths, because it is time to drop all the bullshit, drop all the stories, old patterns, all these old being, all of the anything that is holding from stepping into your high self.
Even if it's a should, you should do this, you should behave this, you should.
Yeah, don't show yourself.
Evaluate. Is that really my belief, or is that my grandmother's? Like, where do they
come from? The family lineage and being taught for generations and generations.
So as the dia burns out, it sends this huge energy of this massive amount of light. That's the difference between a candle and a regular tea light, because it cools up and you can see how it's doing now, and the fire literally speaks through the energy of burning with it. And so as we're speaking, your dia just went out, and it sends this, you feel the heat from it, and it's a
that flame
the very interactive with you. So as you're practicing, as we're talking about these things, confirmation. Fire is a very, very alive element, and so I just wanted.
So be willing. These shadows, be willing, take that leap of faith.
Dare to dream.
Do that. it's really a time of getting into really trusting it. You've been wanting to do for so long. You've been dreaming of that version of self that you've been those studies you've been wanting to dive into. It's now it's time to step
all
into
the illusions are being stripped away. All
the fear of it. Really.
Right. And if it's fear, just false evidence appearing. So fear literally is the opposite. But also, when it feels like butterflies in your stomach, which also excitement. So
they feel the same, except fear. So learn how to distinguish between fear and which one is actually
easy to make a switch because they feel that when you're stepping into fear, you're like, wait a second, I'm excited. I was scared as hell to go to Egypt myself. When I found out she wasn't able to go, and I was like, am I still doing this? I'm still okay, goddess. What does this look like? Really, I had to feel the. There's a whole book on that. Feel the fear and do it anyway. And I sat with it, and then it immediately switched to it because it's the same energy, but it's shadow side versus the light side of that same energy. Butterfly and the moth, and the cocoon moving into the transformation of that energy. You have the choice on how you view it and how you
is the fear valid of there's a bear chance. I should be afraid and I should run.
There's an anger
scenarios in which fear is important. Like there's someone who energy out. I should get away from them.
Learn to protect myself.
To put the boundaries, etc. That is a valid fear. And
the car that cut you off in traffic, a valid fear. So you end up and it ruins your night. You don't care. He's long gone. He's out cocktail. And here you are still mad.
Making those choices and decisions in our life that are like, we know that's what we want. Know that's the direction we go. We want the thing that is truly in our heart, but there's that fear in there. That's the fear you have to really go of. That's the thing that you step into, convert it to excited about it, and go after it. Do that thing.
Yeah. So last night in my dream, I was initiated by a lion. It was really it took my left thigh and the dermis and the epidermis shred the tissue. So when I like these jeans, really, and I could just pick up holes in my skin, and I saw it's running through my leg. And I was like, whoa, and do it to be harmful. She didn't do it because she was it was literally an initiation, and I didn't even bleed. It was crazy. So like when you step into they're going to give you more power. Spirit's going to allow that opportunity to give you either of what you're seeking, and you don't even look looks like until you say yes, until you move past the fear into love, into the boons and the abundance. See, look at the candle now. Look at this. You see how it's just, and at the sometimes the flame gets really wide. You can see what it's doing right there as this goes. And so Locke's here to give us the opportunity to in to receiving, to see how she has like a whole and fruits and apples and money, and she's on mangoes, yes,
coins,
abundance. All of the fruition is our. The universe has every single in the universe available to us to choose what that looks like.
Done.
So, worthy? Are you feeling unworthy? Are you feeling like you deserve $10 or $1,000 for a session? You know, what does that look like? You know, so this is where Goddess Lakshmi comes in, and that's speaking to right now is the new moon sides with Diwali, and this is to shed lightness over, to shed wisdom over ignorance, to shed light over shadow, to set over fear. And that's what this festival is, the celebration of the light and the fireworks and lights and candles and offerings. And now that it's sunset, which is perfect timing that we're doing, it's time to do those offerings and to sit in that space of dedication and love to our great creator in whatever form comes to you. And then Lakshmi is a form that you can always attach to feel the abundance flowing in. That's what she's for. She just pours it out. She just pours the abundance out, and she keeps giving, not because we are worthy and deserve it, but we are. It's just because we are here. We are born into this worthy, into this deserving. We don't do anything to earn it. It is pure grace that she gives. And that's where we receive from. That place of just, oh, I'm just born worthy. I don't have to earn this.
Inheritance.
Absolutely. So now her dia candle is out as well. Interesting that we lit them both at the same time though, right? So that's how alive the fire is. It's very fun to work with. That's why I love spinning with the fire fans, because it's such an element of awe and wonder. So what else on the Astro that is pertinent? Is that anything else in your heart that
you know, it's really, I think I've pretty much said it, but you know, really step into the light, step into your light. That's what get out of these shadowy stories and really embrace it.
Feel where the binds are. Just sit with that tonight. See what's binding you. See what's holding you. See what structures and belief systems are in your heart, and then whether they're just in your head or whether they're just rules in a book that was given to you in school or in Bible study or whatever that looks like. And see if those things really are your truth. Because our own personal truth in the Native American way, we only have our own personal truth. We cannot have somebody else's truth, no matter how much they want it for us, no matter how much they preach it to us. Those others outside of self are not sovereign in their own right to tell you what to do. Your own sovereignty and your own connection to source is the only way that you can find that true connection. And that truth is only unique to you. And no one in this world can tell you whether that's right or wrong. Because how you connect to spirit is beautiful and divine and special. And it's exactly how spirit speaks to you. And whether those regard the teachings of the Bhagavad Gita or the Yoga Sutras or Kabbalah or Christianity, or you practice Muslim, like any of those traditions, if those resonate with you, or if it's a combination of all that, right now in this world, it's a very eclectic mix of what we practice and what really makes sense for us. So reach through some of those boundaries and see if some of those binds that hold you are really in your highest good. And if not, use that Scorpio energy to zoom out, sweep that clean, just like the Phoenix. Burn that shit. Burn that shit. Burn it. Burn it down. It is time to let that go. And from those ashes, that is how you rise. That is how we rise, because you rise, I rise, she rises, we all rise together. And then we're bringing up the divine masculine with us. Our brothers are coming. Thank Goddess. Yes, they are on board. They are rising with us. And so we are so excited to do this work with each of you. And so I'll do a couple card pulls. I really want to pull from this Goddess deck today. And so this is Goddess Oracle by Chris Waldher. Love this one. It has goddesses from all cultures all over the world. She's going to read because I'm going to tell y'all, and I haven't told you this before, but my vision has shifted significantly in my right eye. And now there is sacred geometry, and I'm seeing basically my third eye is blasted wide open all the time. And so to see things that are real versus 3D real is a distinguishing factor for me. So I have to really focus hard on seeing things that are actually a projection in this world with my right eye, but also I'm really seeing through the veil at all times, which is quite confusing sometimes, but I'm learning to sit with it and ask why I'm seeing all the time through the veil, but also it's distorting to read. So I'll tell you more about that later. So we got two. Aditi, Adili, Mother Space. So your thoughts create reality. Be conscious of what you choose. So we all have the opportunity to use our thoughts to empower, or we can use them to stay stuck and continue to play those old 20 to 90 tapes that we play all the time, that we've been playing since the day that they were told to us. Our thoughts.
Aditi is Mother Space, creation, universe, and nurturance. In India, Aditi is honored as the creator of life, for it was Aditi who gave birth to the gods and goddesses. They, in turn, brought everything into consciousness, thus creating what we consider reality.
Were we just talking about that?
This benign goddess is addressed as Mother Space because she gave birth to the planets and stars. Some associate her with the endless sky. Appropriately, her name translates as limitless. Her children, known collectively as the Adityas, are connected with the 12 months of the year. They also symbolize the 12 signs of the zodiac, who some believe control fate. Your thoughts create reality. Be conscious of what you choose.
Yes. Our thoughts are things. And so everything starts with our thoughts. Everything, look around where you're sitting, watching this video, and your phone, whatever's in your room. Everything started with a thought from somebody that pulled it in from the collective consciousness, then talked about it, then wrote it down, then got all the things to make it and created it. There's 5 million steps in between for some of those things, but every single thing that was created by man was a thought. And that's exactly how you create your income. That's exactly how you create the car that you want. That's exactly how you create the house that you want, because it's simply a projection of what you feel that you're worthy of, and what you feel that you deserve, and what you feel that you are bringing through. And so again, Lakshmi says you have a boon, you have the abundance and the ability to achieve anything, and anything you want is yours for the taking. And it's not that you're taking it, she's giving it to you. All right, so we have Erda. Look at the earth for answers. Goddess of the earth. And we have the earth goddess on our altar as well. So here she is.
Wisdom, fate, divination. The Norse earth goddess Erda lived in a cave within the earth's deepest recesses, which was set next to the roots of Yggdrasil, the vast world tree. Yggdrasil, maybe? Have you ever heard that word? Yggdrasil? I've not heard that one.
It's Nordic.
It is Nordic. Yggdrasil was watered by Erda's plentiful fountain of wisdom. Erda's powers were as encompassing as Yggdrasil's leafy span. The goddess and her magical fountain were often invoked by those in need of her far-reaching wisdom. Others believed Erda could bend the inexorable. I can't say the word.
I can't read it, so you're on your own on that.
Inexorable powers of fate over which she ruled.
Inextricable?
Nope.
No? Okay. So basically.
Inexorable.
All right.
Inexorable powers. Because of Erda's association with fate, the Norse thought there was a clear correlation between the goddess and the art of divination. They often turned to the earth itself for guidance, using many aspects of it as oracles: animals, birds, the sky, even the ocean. They believed observation of these phenomena could offer divine answers. Look to the earth for answers. Yes.
Absolutely. So here's
That was
our
coming to mind moments ago as you were talking. Just about how, when you were talking about all the various, religious aspects that one can be attuned to, whether it's Buddhism or Christianity or what have you, tuning into the earth itself and letting the animals and the plants and the trees and the waters speak to you. There's the lion.
I cut it, and then this was right here. Courage. So yeah, anything is a sign
Or
from spirit.
Aiylah.
Explain.
Clan of the Cave Bear. If you've not seen the movie or read the book, Clan of the Cave Bear, Aiylah here, scratched by the lion on the thigh.
Which, when I told her about my dream this morning, she's like, "Oh, like Clan of the Cave Bear." And also, my name Aiylah came from me reading that book back in when I was like 19, 20.
Aiylah.
Yes. I never saw the movie until we sat down to watch it a couple months ago with Daryl Hannah.
Which was my most favorite movie,
of all time.
Growing up. I think it came out in 83, so I was obsessed with that movie. I watched it hundreds of times, over and over and over again. She was a medicine woman of the tribe. She was of the new people, and not, and so there were, she had blonde hair. And she was also played by Daryl Hannah,
which is my doppelganger. So yeah, so
all
then
things.
then we, I'm aware of these things, obviously, but then when I had that dream, and then she's like, "Oh, just like the Clan of the Cave Bear," and I was like, "What? She got scratched by a lion?" I read the book. That was 27 years ago. 29 years ago, at least. Maybe 30 years ago. And so then she's like, "Yeah, that's exactly what happened to her in the movie." So here we are with the lion. So this is not just for me. This is for all of us, because I am simply a messenger for this message. Courage. Ask for what you want. What have we been saying? What have we been saying? What are we saying? Do you deserve a Pinto from 1984? Or do you deserve a freaking Lexus from 2021? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Cash car. I paid $4.99 for this car. You have bills and have to pay for it to get fixed every 2 weeks. So all right, here we go.
And there are times that a Pinto might be a blessing. So
The Secret of Immortal by Nicholas Flame. Okay. Yes, definitely. Thank you for that.
All right. Lion, courage, ask for what you want. Don't assume that others and the world around you will know at any given moment what your preferences and desires are. You must announce them. Speak out directly and clearly. if you do state your wants and needs, the worst that can happen is that you won't get what you want. But I'll guarantee that if you don't ask, you're much less likely to get what you want.
Right?
First, ask yourself, what is it that you want? Whether something simple like a request to pass the salt, or something more daring and complex like a hug or a kind word from a loved one or a friend. The more personal your desires, the harder it can be to ask. But really, what's at risk? That someone will say no, that you won't get what you want, that you'll be shamed or scorned. It's going to take courage, not fearlessness, but courage. You can be afraid and still risk expressing your wants.
And feel the fear and do it anyway.
This flies in the face of all your earlier training to keep quiet and suffer in silence. But why continue being a martyr, denying yourself the privilege of receiving? It makes life a lot easier to know the power of expressing your desires. So additional associations are ferocity, nobility, dignity, and assertiveness.
So in our class on at the holistic, we had a powerful weekend. We taught at the Holistic Festival of Life and Wellness, and then had divine site plant medicine ceremony the next night. And in the class that I taught on Saturday, which is currently posted on my Lisa Aiylah Inner Goddess Retreats on the YouTube, as well as on my Instagram. We did a powerful practice of moving through the chakras. And when we got to the throat, we went through for the lion's breath, which also explains why I was coughing earlier, because I haven't coughed all day. So when things like that come up, I know things are clearing and things are moving. And this makes a lot of sense that, it's not just courage to walk our path, but courage to ask for what you want, which requires the throat chakra to be open to speak it out. Absolutely. We've been talking to our other daughter about that specific thing, and we received a huge answer to prayer through the medicine in the ceremony when she decided she was going to take a shift and start walking in her truth and her power and speaking her truth. She's always said, I don't want to ask for things. I don't want to ask for things. Like even something like she said, as little as passing salt or putting cream cheese on the grocery list, like something that would seem so little seems so hard sometimes. But if you don't ask for it, then you're going to continue to be miserable.
Yeah.
And so asking for happiness.
You're definitely not going to get it if you don't ask for it.
Right. And suffering is not going to do it. Suffering is freaking optional.
It's like self-punishment.
Pain is unavoidable. Suffering is optional. Stop the murder.
I was having this very similar conversation with someone the other day, just the day after ceremony, or maybe second day after ceremony. Anyways, the thing is, our guides, our angels, our ancestors, they're all there supporting us, and they are with us at all times. But they can't do anything to help us along the way if we don't speak it, if we don't ask for it, because they cannot step in and provide us these answers without us asking the questions, right? So the more we begin to ask, the more we open up to receive it, and then the more answers come in, because they have permission. You have to grant permission, right? So you have to ask.
Free-willed.
You have to ask. They're sitting there watching. Dang, they did that shit again. Oh my God, I can't believe. If they would just ask, we could tell them. But they didn't ask me. So you just got to keep watching from over in this dimension is they like just keep fumbling, keep doing the thing.
They're gonna let us keep falling.
You know?
That's how you learn to walk. Babies don't learn to walk without falling hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times. So what makes us think it's any different when we're learning a new skill, when we're learning to step out and speak our truth, when we're learning to say, I don't want to step into that relationship anymore because it doesn't serve me. Speaking up about what you don't like about it. And if that's not safe, going to someone that can hold safe space for you so you can share about your relationships that aren't serving you. But we have to do it, and they're going to keep letting us, our guides are going to keep letting us fumble, our angels are going to keep letting us fumble, because every time we fumble the ball, pretty soon you're going to get a Hail Mary. There's going to be eventual that we do it, but how many times do you want to drop the ball and have to skin up your knees and get a huge strawberry on your leg and like, oh God, that really hurts, and then get back up again. It doesn't have to be that hard. It really doesn't.
Ask for the guidance, ask for the support, ask for what you want, call in what you desire, and you will channel.
And then act as soon as you hear it. Don't filter the message.
Yeah.
Because that is not your job.
Yeah.
You will completely distort it as soon as you start thinking.
Yeah.
And so
then
we
it
have
becomes
to.
this run-on story. But what if and
Oh, but that sounds so good.
But I can't
because this and because that. Yeah.
But if you come in here and you're like, ask for the thing, get the message, and then act upon it, and it's just one step. Usually it's just one step.
Usually so simple.
Just make that phone call, or go over there, go do this, step up over there, make this happen.
Right. Post this, share that. What is it that you're being called to do? But yet we distort it and filter it, and those reasonings. The ego wants to keep us so safe because safety is comfortable. Again, we can stay in our warm and poopy diaper because it's my poop and I know what it smells like and it's so comfortable, just like a little toddler. No, don't change my diaper. I want to stay in my poop. Well, really? Do you really? No, we really don't. I mean, nobody wants to sit in their poop, but it's comfortable. So the ego's like, oh, well, you know what this is like. You're okay here. You're okay. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. And it'll rationalize. And when you hear that rationalization, that means you're here. So if there's long run-on sentences like she's saying, that means you're here and you've already dropped out of the heart. So drop back in. Drop back into the heart. Sit with it. Pray about it. Meditate. Get quiet. Burn your candles. Pull some cards. Light your incense. Open your Bible. Whatever that looks like for you. But getting back into this space and then saying, okay, now that I'm in this space, what's my next step? Just one step. What's that next step? Just one. I just need to be able to move and then do it right then. Sound hard? It's not. It's not even scary, because as soon as you step and you put all your weight on that step, I like to attribute this to the Billie Jean Michael Jackson video where he steps on those big panels of light and then they light up and he steps dun, 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 and he's stepping on those light panels and they're lighting up as he steps. But until you put your full weight on it, the light's not going to appear. And so that whole entire panel was already there and it's already lit and it's already going to hold your weight. It's going to carry you. But until you go all the way in and say yes to the universe can't support you. Like you put your toe in, the universe is like, come on.
Commitment. Where's your commitment?
No, not all in. Sorry. You're going to wait until you're all in.
You're not trusting.
Trust in the universe now is one of the best affirmations. I trust in the universe now. I trust in the universe now. I trust. I trust. I trust. And everything on faith. Faith is the act of believing in things that are yet to be seen. It's super easy, like y'all have heard me say before. It's super easy to believe in things that are already here. Oh, thank you for my car. Thank you for my dog. Thank you for my house. Thank you for my clothes. Thank you for my family. it's great to say thank you for those things. Absolutely. Gratitude is where everything comes from. But grateful for the blessings that are yet to be seen. That's where faith comes in. And that's what empowers spirit to move. That's where Lakshmi moves from. That's where the Christ consciousness energy moves from, is the space of belief, believing and receiving. And even the Bible says it. Ye who shall believe shall receive, and it's not without the believing first. The belief comes first. So what do you want to believe in? What do you choose to believe in? What resides in your heart that you really want so much to believe in, that seems like, oh, I can't do that. I can't have that. I shouldn't have that. I shouldn't have that. And just step away from those stories. Zoom out like the eagle. Come into that scorpion energy. And
Can you believe in something? Wanna believe in me?
what's that from?
I think it's an old house song.
It's a
I'm like,
house.
where did that come from? But that's the song.
House
that came
music.
in.
We'll share the link when we find the music in the comments.
I know.
So we're finished here, y'all. This is it. We can keep on going, getting on this soapbox, and we're telling you over and over and over again. But if you need help, please reach out. We are here for you. If you don't have a coach and you don't have a mentor, we would love to work with you. yogaforlove.com/discovery, or you could join our church, innergoddessretreats.org, and we'll send out the links to our new moon and full moon videos, as well as upcoming events there as well.
What's the best way to ask?
To ask. Okay.
What's the best way to ask?
That's a really good question. Thank you so much. And I can't see that because the slide is so bright. So thank you
I
for
just
seeing that pop up.
saw that.
Yeah. So asking is just simply sitting in a space of being quiet and reflective, and thoughts will come in. And I always say the thoughts are going to come in like a stick floating on a river, and you're gonna know the stick's going to come down the river. So don't fight it, because the sticks are going to float down the river. But here comes the stick. And oh, I see a stick. Bird, squirrel, gotta do the grocery list, gotta go, pay some bills. And there goes the stick. Back to the quiet space. Okay, what do we want? And the act of even journaling and just writing, coming back to that heart space. Anything else?
Comes from the heart. I mean, so it's very similar to, going into prayer, going into that heart space of really just putting it out there. Whether you say it out loud, whether you write it down, whether you meditate on it, whether
Spirit's going to hear you.
Projecting it.
Spirit already hears you.
There is no one way to do it, but the best way to do it is to do it through your heart, to truly feel it within your heart, to call upon it from this space, not from, okay, I'm going to ask for this thing and I'll see if it shows up.
Yeah. Or, oh my God, I have to pay the bill tomorrow. Oh my God. It comes from a place of desperation. That's different. That's different than asking for a boon and abundance and grace and love to pour through, because that covers all of it. We're not getting minutiae, super specific on.
I want to do this thing, and I want to find the people that are going to help me do the thing, and I want to manifest the money that will allow me to do the thing, and those kinds of things. That's,
Right.
What are you calling in? What is it that your heart wants? I want a place that I feel that I can, be comfortable and at home, and then have solitude, and I want all of these various features. You're visualizing it, feeling it, smelling it, tasting it, like calling it in as though it's already present, feeling it within
The
your
senses
heart,
are very important in manifesting.
So those are ways in which you can call it into your reality, but putting it out there just is in, from that heart space. That's what's calling it in. So yeah.
Yes.
Write
I hope that helps.
Speak it, think it, feel it, taste it.
Yes. Anything else? Any other comments that we didn't address? We'll address the rest of the comments when we jump off. We always check them. Please share this video if it's helped you in any way, as well as subscribe and follow our channel. We love and adore each of you. We thank you so much for being part of this tribe. And we look forward to seeing you on the next video, as well as getting together with you on a discovery chat if you are ready to step in and just dig a little deeper into your dreams, your visions, and your goals. So again, you can book that at yogaforlove.com/discovery. And just to wrap up, that's really the energy of transformation to where we're at right now. So stepping in and saying yes.
Follow your truth.
Aho. Thank you so much. Namaste.
Bye, guys.
All right, bye.